Not only is he a painter, he's a sculptor, and now he's also writing a book, and he has a documentary series about art that he's working on. So I'm going to let him take over. Here he is, John Sumner.
So for me, art is a conversation between cultures, between past and present, between the artist and the viewer. And every conversation needs someone to listen and respond. You are that essential voice, the one that keeps the dialogue alive here in Riverside. I want to thank you for letting me share my journey with you. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
What is your favorite medium and which one do you use the most?
I think my favorite medium would have to be oil. I mean, I think, there's something about oil that is just so friendly to work with. I mean, you can make a mistake in oil, take it back, scrape it off, go again. Watercolor is tough. Watercolorists, you have to know what you're doing because you can't take that paint back once you put it down. Acrylic's kind of between. Acrylic you can play with. It will give you some freedom to experiment. This started as acrylic and I finished in oil, but the more I paint, the more I like oil. I like the smell, I like the tactile feel, I like the butteriness of the paint when you put it on there, and I really think the expressiveness of oil is missing from most other mediums. So I work in acrylic first on a black canvas. I put the underpainting in. Then I come back with alkyd oils. Alkyd oils are very fast drying, so you don't have to wait days and days and weeks to continue. So the next day, those alkyds are dry. Now I come back with beeswax, and I take wax and put it into the alkyds, and I use my knife, my palette knife, to build texture on those paintings. So they're very tactile when you see them. For me, it's all about really heavy brush strokes, and that goes kind of back to my roots in Canada, because we had the group of 7, and they were fantastic for putting really thick, juicy paint on their paintings. And I think that was the influence that made me want to do that or experiment with it. Well, the art industry's changed dramatically since I first got into the business. I think the biggest change is the availability, the general availability of artwork or paintings or home decor framed. The choices now are virtually unlimited. You have some big chains selling stuff. You have Amazon, eBay, Pinterest, Facebook. An awful lot of artists are trying to leverage those platforms to establish themselves and hopefully create some kind of an income that they can support themselves with their art through those platforms. But the thing about it is, I think it's harder on new artists today, because when I started in the art world, there wasn't as much competition and the channels of distribution were far more limited. If you were fortunate enough to get yourself established in one of those channels of distribution, you were on your way. Now, the competition is intense. It's absolutely intense. And I think for a new artist going in, you really have to have something unique about your work or your style, or you're going to get lost in the crowd. There's so much noise out there, you're just going to get lost in the crowd. I see a lot of new artists or starting artists that try to market their art, but they really haven't mastered their own skills. They really haven't learned their technique. They haven't mastered value, form, and color adequately. And oftentimes they get frustrated, so they revert to what they call abstract art. And in my opinion, a lot of abstract art is the hiding place of mediocrity. You're not going to find a lot of mastery there. And it's a route that some elect to take, but it's not a very successful road.